Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Electric rates are going up again. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridgeport. We're glad you're with us. Eversource just announced their new standard service residential rate for the months of January through June.
So how much is it going up, and can you do anything about it? Well, Fox 61's Matt Caron has all those details.
Well, before we get to that, if you are wondering why the rate always seems to go up in the winter months, it's due to more demand for natural gas. And natural gas is, of course, needed to generate about 50% of the state's total electricity. And oh, by the way, Connecticut is at the very end of the nation's natural gas pipeline.
Never goes down.
Get ready to ring in 2025 with a 7% increase to your electric bill.
Not very happy with it.
Standing in front of a sign insisting they don't profit from energy supply.
No markup on the supply piece. That's a pure pass-through for us.
I'm not convinced that they make nothing on anything.
Eversource claims determining the new rate, which is 11.19 cents per kilowatt hour, was a transparent process.
We essentially go to the wholesale power market with bids. The Office of Consumer Counsel gets to review and comment on those bids, and then our regulator, PURA, also reviews those bids.
But PURA, the state's utility regulator, told Fox 61 Eversource never gave them advance notice about the new rate, filing it at the exact minute it was announced to the press.
They have no rate filed.
It's been filed.
I can't answer the specifics of what individual person has seen it, but we've definitely filed the rate.
Eversource, PURA, and legislators have had a contentious relationship. It came to a head in May when a dramatic spike in the public benefits portion of the bill resulted in public outcry and a game of finger-pointing.
I don't know exactly what it'll be because that's really based on state policies.
They are suing, they're doing FOIs, they're threatening, they are doing everything they can to protect the revenue stream that they've had. So I don't take anything they do at face value, and frankly, everything that they do is self-serving.
In dollars and cents, the 7% increase to your bill starting January means about $15 more a month, hitting residents right where it hurts.
I'm retired, so fixed income. So when the rates go up, it affects my pocketbook.
Not good. I mean, everything's going up. Groceries are going up. Gas is going up. Electricity is going up. What's not going up?
The new rate does represent a 24% decrease from the previous year. Those seeking a lower rate can do so, penalty-free on the Energize CT rate board.
They can get their own power, but only about 20% of our customers choose to do that.
Eversource told me they have no plans to raise their delivery charge, and they expect the public benefits charge to level out starting in May. Legislators tell me they'll be taking a hard look this next legislative session on how they can further regulate and hold these utility companies accountable. Reporting in Berlin at the Eversource headquarters, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Matt. In a one-of-a-kind operation, Bridgeport police made history this week. They arrested more than 24 domestic abusers in less than 24 hours.
It's all part of an initiative they're calling Operation Assessment Hill. Fox 61's Julie LeBlanc spoke with the lead detective who explains why they're doing this.
In a matter of 6 hours, Bridgeport police led one of the largest domestic violence sweeps in the department's history, all to crack down on a backlog of cases and send a message.
The goal is always to save lives. Our primary concern is always the victim.
Bridgeport police are sending a strong message to domestic abusers in the city.
1, if you have a warrant, turn yourselves in. 2, if you don't, we eventually will be coming for you.
And that's exactly what Sergeant Joaquim DeBarros and his team did earlier this week as he led a massive domestic violence sweep called Operation Assessment Hill 2024. In under 6 hours, officers arrested 23 people and served 25 warrants.
We started around 0400, 4 o'clock in the morning, and the operation ended for us at 9, but we still had people turning themselves in all the way up through 11 o'clock.
The initiative comes after weeks of planning and a nudge from the courts to catch up on a big backlog of domestic violence cases, which, despite having 2 dedicated detectives on those cases, DeBarros says the issue is so prevalent, it's almost impossible to keep up.
No matter, you could work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you'd still be behind.
This sweep was probably one of the most significant things we have seen here in my tenure here as the CEO.
Deborah Greenwood is in charge here at the Center for Family Justice, which helped police put this plan together, something she says is needed now more than ever to validate and support the thousands of people here in Bridgeport that suffer from domestic abuse each year.
This was critical to be able to say, we hear you, we're doing something about it, we're going to make sure that your case goes before the judiciary.
Something she and Sergeant DeBarros hope to do again soon, to let victims know they're here to protect them.
Please call the hotline, please call Safe Connect. We're here to help you, and so is law enforcement.
Never give up hope. We will work tirelessly to make sure we bring justice to you and your family.
Now, if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, there is help everywhere in this state. Call or text the domestic violence hotline at 888-774-2900. Somebody will be there to answer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are in Bridgeport. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Julia, thank you. A gun scare at West Haven High School this morning. Police say a student brought a fake gun into the building. Officers were alerted around 9:50 a.m. and the entire campus was placed into lockdown. Police say 2 students were arrested, the minor who brought the fake gun into the building and another student who was caught holding it. There was no threat to the public. Both students have been issued juvenile summons.
An update tonight on a drug investigation at Cheney Tech in Manchester. A suspicious substance found today in the school is not fentanyl, as officers initially thought. Troopers say a powdery substance was found on the floor of a school bathroom today. Students were dismissed early because of this as a precaution. State police initially thought it could be fentanyl, but after some testing, they determined it was not. And turning now to the weather, a warmer day today, but those temperatures are going to drop tonight a little bit.
Meteorologist Nick Morganelli joining us now with the first check on the forecast and what we all need to know for this Friday night.
Yeah, do either of you know where your umbrella is?
In my car somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to dust off.
In my car, yeah.
It's been so long since we really needed it, right? So we're not going to have any rain this weekend, but Monday morning there could be a sprinkle or a shower. I'll show you that in a minute. And then there's a good chance of rain in the 7-day forecast. High temperatures today just touching 60 degrees in Hartford and the surrounding region. We're mostly mid to upper 50s everywhere else. We've got 52 right now. Humidity at 21%. And that is low. And look at tomorrow. We go from 8 o'clock in the morning where we have the highest relative humidity to about 2 o'clock where we see around 20% for the relative humidity tomorrow afternoon. That combined with a gusty wind in the order of 30 to 40 miles per hour gusts tomorrow. That means, you got it, red flag warning again. That's all day tomorrow until 6 o'clock, issued by the National Weather Service. A big storm system spinning around in the Canadian Maritimes, not backing up enough to give us clouds or rain. So we'll look to the west for a little system that comes in on Sunday night. So watch this. Sunday's a beautiful day, sunny. The clouds come in at night, and there's a few little sprinkles or maybe a brief shower early Monday morning for the commute. But that's about it. It's a dry weekend. Check it out. Beautiful weather. 65 on Sunday. Make some outdoor plans. I'll be back with the 7-day forecast. We'll show you where that rain is.
All right, Nick, thank you. Sounds good. The labor and delivery unit of Johnson Memorial Hospital in Safford Springs will remain closed. The Connecticut Office of Health Strategy announced that decision yesterday.
Fox 61's Kaylee Collins is outside the hospital in Stafford Springs with some of the concerns families are talking about this evening. Kaylee.
Yeah, the labor and delivery unit here at Johnson Memorial Hospital shut down back in 2022 due to a reported shortage of staff. And since then, there's been some back and forth negotiations on what the future of that space might be. Now, back in March of this year, the hospital's certificate of need application was denied by the OHS, and the process of determining the future of labor and delivery here continued. As part of the new agreement, OHS says maternal and infant health will still be prioritized. The statement says in part, quote, the agreement permits termination of labor and delivery services at the hospital, but holds Johnson Memorial Hospital accountable to the community they serve and to the state of Connecticut for maintaining access to all levels of maternal and infant health care. Now, some are against against this agreement. State Senator Jeffrey Gordon says the decision was made without proper input and will have adverse effects on families who need care in this remote part of the state. He also believes a move like this prioritizes profit over patient care.
And I wear two hats. I'm a state senator, but I'm also a doctor. So I understand healthcare very well. This is something we see nationally. And a lot of it is because hospital systems don't want to be paying for labor and delivery. It costs money, and many times it loses money. So it's cheaper for the bottom line to shift that someplace else, to say, go to the big hospital or go someplace else.
Now, the OHS says it will be conducting an independent study to determine whether or not a birthing center might be more appropriate for a space like this. Reporting in Stafford Springs, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Kaylee, thank you. Bridgeport police say they've solved a decade-old cold case. 27-year-old Yusef Muhammad is charged with rape after his DNA was linked to a sexual assault from 2014. The case was closed in 2021 due to the statute of limitations, but the victim in this assault was contacted and said she would like to move forward with the investigation. Muhammad was already serving a prison sentence on other charges. He was arraigned earlier this month.
New tonight, a wrong-way driver in Harbington had crashed into a state trooper's cruiser. The driver was traveling southbound in the northbound lane on Route 8. The trooper attempted to stop the wrong-way driver near exit 44. The driver only slowed down and tried to go around the trooper's vehicle, only to hit the front left side head-on, as you're seeing right here. Thankfully, no one was injured.
A close vote in Torrington calls for a recount. The 8th State Senate District results were only 259 away from a tie between Paul Honig and Lisa Simonara. The city will hold a public recanvass of all ballots processed in Torrington for this race to encourage transparency. The city of Torrington had an issue with some of its other elections due to machine malfunctions and printing errors. The public recanvass will take place at City Hall on Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock.